I'm about 25 minutes before the shop opens up, but in the window, I can already see lots of pumpkins, which is just radiating spooky vibes. I have to say, out of all the days in July, this is hands down my favorite. Bath & Body Works puts their entire Halloween line out. Everything that glows, glitters, blinks, makes a noise. It's all set up on display, and I don't know, it's just a good time. There are a couple things that I have in mind that I want, but honestly, I'm just seeing what I can see at this one. Hopefully everything is set up here. Sometimes I have to go to a couple in order to see all of the bigger pieces. So I'm just gonna finish my coffee and hopefully by then we can go check things out. Right away, I wanted to make sure I found all of the big statement piece candle holders. And right in front, I saw the pumpkin. This one had a button in the back. When you clicked that, a skull was supposed to appear, but it was a little difficult to see in store. The witchy hand with the glowing slime green orb, definitely a crowd favorite. These haunted house pictures with two different characters on it. Loved that. I love the matte black, the skulls all around it. I feel like it would go really well with any of the candle collections that they had out this year. The haunted house piece. This thing was incredible. It's one of those pieces where you had to spin the entire thing around to see every single side because there were so many details on it. It did say that it glows in the dark, but it's just pieces that did. It wasn't the entire house. So like the jack-o'-lantern, the little hands, the skeletons, those were the things that glowed in the dark. It didn't light up or make noise or anything, but even still, it was definitely a huge statement piece. It held one 3-wick candle on the inside, and I think they had Ghoul Friend in there, which makes sense because it matched with the witchy purple that they had going on. The ghost coming out of that fountain that has the bats in it, though, again, I could just look at this thing all day and like not be bored. There were so many things to look at. Next up was the skeleton carriage. Even though I loved the haunted house, this thing drew me in right away. I mean, the slimy green, the glitter floating around it, the purple witchy lantern lights on the outside of the carriage, and a spooky sassy cat. You know, it has everything for me. And then they also had a smaller version in the wallflowers of the carriage. This one did project onto the wall. So it says that it lights up and there's a little projection on it. A lot of them did this. So there's a goblet that had a bat and some spiders on the bottom. The ghost lit up and had a little gem for the eyes, and the bat had a huge gem in the middle. This one also lit up, didn't have any sort of projection, but I think my favorite out of all of this was the pumpkin that had the skeleton reveal on the inside. I liked how they had the big version and then the small version to match with it. And then also, this one was really cool too because it projected a jack-o'-lantern. So all together, the piece was gonna be stunning in the nighttime. Okay, no, the coffin one with the skeleton that appeared, just kidding, that was my favorite. Honestly, they were all my favorite. It was really, really hard to choose just one, but this, the coffin with the glitter in it, it was gonna look beautiful by itself and lit up. The signature scent Vampire Blood came back this year and bigger than last year. An entire table with literally everything. There was candles, there was soaps, there were body sprays, body mist, body shimmer, like literally everything. Also the strawberry pound cake, not a Halloween themed scent, but it smelled incredible. My favorite hand soap though was the matte black skeleton. This had a ton of detail on it, and then once it was gone, you could go ahead and replace it because it was a harder type plastic. The golden snakes that held all of the hand soaps had some pretty roses in it too. I'm loving the theme of the snakes throughout. Cute little jack-o'-lantern candle holder. It had a jack-o'-lantern, bats on one side, and then there was also a skull, just very classic. The clock candle holder said that it glowed in the dark. I didn't even ask what part actually glowed in the dark, but even by itself, it had a lot of really cool details on it. We had Vampire Blood bath bombs. There was also these cute little trick-or-treat bags, so if you didn't really know what you were wanting or you're getting overwhelmed, just go ahead and grab that bag. It had body wash and some lotion in there. But I mean, out of all of the scents, this was definitely the one that I was drawn to right away because vampire blood and matte black and red and bleeding roses everywhere. Like, I just loved this entire line. I thought the candle holder was gonna have like a flat top, but it actually was a rose. So there's petals on there and the candle was pretty secure. Because when I saw that, I was like, ooh, this might be a little wobbly, but it looks intense, but really it was totally fine. And the base of it was pretty heavy to keep it in place. The body glitter, I mean, I like the scent, it just was heavily glitter. So I don't think I would personally like it, but the lip tint was really cool and it was supposed to be flavored too. Or actually, I don't think it was tinted, but it was just a flavor burst lip gloss. The pocket back holder for this line was a melted candle with a skeleton hand and the antibacterial hand spray. I liked the design on that. It was a coffin and then it had creepy zombie hands coming throughout it. And again, with the color, I mean, I'm going to say this over and over again. The carvents had the snake in it with the bleeding roses and the pocket backs were the red and had bats on it and also the flowers. The goblets that had the blood dripping off of it. There was skulls around the bottom of it too. And again, the mahogany teak wood, incredible. And it really did complement the vampire blood scent. So I think those two candles would work really well together. There was also a wallflower version of the haunted house, and even though it was smaller, it did light up and there was still a ton of details on it. The moonlit graveyard candles, I loved the top of it, and also the stained glass that was wrapped all around the candle. They had a ton of different soaps. Also, Wicked Vanilla Wood came back, which was really exciting. I love that one a lot. That was pretty much the only place I found it was there, and then the wallflowers, there was a scent for that as well. A lot of the hand soaps had the stained glass window effect, which is cool because you could mix and match it and they would still look like they go together. The new scent of the Spellbinding Sweets, it was interesting. It definitely was super sweet, but not in a bad way. Moonlight Spell Table had a witchy dark purple theme with silver running throughout it. They had the adorable skull bags to kind of put everything and anything that you wanted in there. They had the shimmers, they had the lotion, they had the room spray, not to be confused with the Shimmer Fizz body lotion. Those two look really close together, and I did accidentally pick up the shimmer body lotion instead of the room spray. The 3-wick candles really were the centerpiece of this table though. The top had the snake that was wrapped all around, gold with a little bit of tarnish in it, and then the inside of the candle was the same color, the dark witchy purple in it. It was amazing. For the smaller candles, there was a spider web holder, and this had gems around the outside, and on the inside of it, there was a spider that had a big gem on it, and then the arms were silver. There was Ghoul Friend that was in there, and I did smell those two together. I feel like even though they were probably put there together because of the color, I feel like the scents complement each other too. The pocket back and the car vent both had a spider on it, and then the car vent had that nice little web on it, so it had a little bit of shimmer to it. The Everlasting Magic candle, the 3-wick candle, again, this was the statement piece of the entire scent line. It had an upside down crown on it, and the inside of it was the exact same color on the outside, a little bit lighter purple than the other ones. The spiderweb candle holder had the Black Cherry Merlot candle in it, which again wasn't a Halloween themed scent, but that one is incredible. It has like just enough sweetness to it, and I love the purple color too. The wallflower and the carvent for the Everlasting Magic was the skull with the crown, and the carvent actually lit up. Obsessed with this line's candle holder. It didn't light up or anything, but the matte black skull, there was so much detail on it, and then the crown, so when you put that candle in there, it was like a double crown, kind of like on top of each other. And the purple with the matte black, the color combo is just classic.
It's one thing to see it in the store, but that's with fluorescent lighting. It was during the day. A lot of these pieces are designed for nighttime, Halloween night. So I feel like that's when they're designed to thrive. Okay, so take the pumpkin, for instance. I almost walked past this. I was like, it's cool, it's a pumpkin, but I have some candle holders that are pumpkins, but no. So there was one that actually had the battery in it, and it was a little difficult to see, but the person that was working there explained that they saw it last night when they were setting everything up, and it is freaking amazing. So there is a skull that is in here. I don't think this one has a battery. No, I need to put batteries in it. What do you even take? Double, triple, 3 AAA. Okay, I actually was prepared. I got 2 giant boxes of AAA and AA because I wasn't really sure what they were gonna need. There's a little sticker that says I appear on it. And then we have, go ahead and place the candle on top of here. They had 3 different tables set up for all of the Halloween stuff, which was really nice because it displayed like the prominent scent on each of it, like the vampire blood, the enchanted. They each had their own little section there, and these ones are normally either tucked on the side, kind of like the end cap, or underneath. Like they never have their own moment, which is super sad because these are the perfect project bags. Like the size and the fact that it's like if you spill something on it, it's all good. It's a material that it's just gonna roll right off. So for traveling, these are perfect. And if you like to make granny squares, or you're making the 100-day granny square project with me, bonus, it glows in the dark. After I walked around the tables a couple of times, one person did come up and was like, are you looking for something? Because at this moment, you look really lost. Like, it seems like you found some good stuff, but can I help you? There wasn't like an area to put it on the display, so they're still in the back. Like it was like underneath some of the other piles. But the stained glass, I love that so much. Like if this spooky ghost, there was like a bigger piece with this, I don't even know. I just want more of this. Back here, we have pretty much everything that was on the front, except for there is a little dancing skeleton. I got the carriage, was just drawn in. I was mesmerized by the shimmer and the slimy green. Even though I loved the haunted house, the slime green pulled me in. This was the only one that they had in the store. That was the other thing. So as I was picking out these pieces, I did ask if they wanted me to take that one or if they had one in the back, because since they had just put up the display, if they had extra ones, they went and got it in the back. They preferred to do that so the display could stay as nice as long as possible. I mean, we saw it in the store. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. I'm really gonna have to think about where I'm gonna put this. All right, what do you take for batteries? Never mind, there's already a battery in here. Love that there's a cute little sassy cat on here and a distinguished pumpkin. The wheels don't move or anything, they're just stationary. I was kind of curious about that, but as soon as I got into the store and I saw this, I asked if they had an extra one or if this was the only one they had. They were like, nope, it's the only one that we got in stores. I'm like, box it up. Can I please take it to the counter? I don't want to miss out on this one. Everyone was very kind. They just kind of laughed about it. They're like, yeah, absolutely. Let's box it up. There are so many details in this entire thing. And like right here, there's like a little seat for like the carriage to be pulled and a person sit up here. There's even a skull behind here. Like things that you wouldn't even really see. Like this piece is just packed with details. So those are the candle holders that I got. Now, they were having a sale with the smaller candles. So I ended up grabbing another vampire blood. It was my favorite scent until today. Blood red strawberry, midnight blooming jasmine, dark Transylvanian plum, and essential oils. Moonlit graveyard. That is my favorite scent of the year. Not only is the design on this candle amazing, but the scent, thought it was gonna be impossible to beat vampire blood for me, but this did it. Tombstone moss, cold foggy air, eerie incense, and natural essential oils. I did grab the bigger version of the Moonlit Graveyard because the jar, it has a different label around it, and then the top, which they're killing it with the Halloween tops. These are fantastic. I am totally saving this jar once the candle is gone. So this is exactly the same as the baby one. The last big candle that I got, I'm not so sure about the scent, but the candle jar is amazing. Midnight Spell, and this is the one that has the snake on the top. The inside of it is a nice witchy purple. Mystic Air, Moonlit Woods, Crystal Amber. There really isn't anything in here that I don't like. I think it's one that I'm going to have to just light tonight and just kind of give it a second. Grabbed a couple of the pocket back holders, and this one has to be my favorite. The slimy green, the purple, and it lights up. Next, I got this little buddy that glows in the dark, and it's probably the biggest one that I've ever had, so it'll probably go on my backpack. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to try them out on all of the bags, see which one I like the best. But yeah, this one glows in the dark. And then lastly, I got the candle being held by the skeleton hand, and it's dripping all over. And this one does glow in the dark. No, the candle lights up and it makes noise. The pocket backs were on sale, and normally I pick 1 scent and just stock up for the year, but this year I just could not decide. So first, when I walked right in there, I saw the vampire blood, filled up a little basket with it, but then as I was smelling all the candles, the Moonlit Graveyard, I don't know, I couldn't decide between the two of them. So I split it half and half this year. It has the same design as the mini candle. Oh, I do have one more candle holder. This one had the stained glass effect on it. We have a little raven, a jack-o'-lantern, some bats, and a skull. The one that was on display had vampire blood in it, and I thought that one looked the best. It also might be because I really love that scent, but maybe. I feel any of them would look really good. I just liked the pop of red coming through here as well. So that is this year's Halloween lineup. Let me know if you're as obsessed with it as I am. Leave me a pumpkin emoji in the comments down below, and I will see you in my next video.